What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And for today's video, guys, I have several quite interesting news. First of all, I will show you a letter that was written by Daniel, and it is the request for information. And I have to admit that this might be quite interesting if Schwab will give this information. And I think we have all chances to see this information, but definitely everything will be known not earlier than in 3 weeks. On top of that, I will show you an update in the legal case of SEC versus John Burda, George Polycross, and NextBridge Hydrocarbons. We have several new deadlines that might also be quite interesting for MMTLP community. And at the end of this video, I will show you how other countries are solving the problem of naked shorting, and I will compare it with the US stock market. And before we dive deep into all of this, guys, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm and drop me a line in the comment section if you think my videos are valuable for you. And I want to begin today's video with this tweet that was written just yesterday by Daniel, by your favorite SGM, and he wrote this: "With reasonable men I will reason, with humane men I will plead, but to tyrants I will give no quarter, no waste arguments where they will certainly be lost." William Lloyd Garrison. And he added these 4 screenshots of the letter. Let me show you this in details. It was written just 2 days ago on December 17th, and it is addressed to Charles Schwab Corporation. And the subject of this letter is following: formal request for books and records check, shareholder verification, reconciliation and informing regarding MMTLP, MMAT and MMATQ shares from Daniel R. Oxer. And let me quote you this in details. So, first of all, the background, and I want to quote you just 2 paragraphs. "I currently have a pending legal complaint in U.S. District Court, Western Texas Division titled Oxer versus SEC et al., in which Charles Schwab is named as one of the defendants. However, due to ongoing challenges associated with the binding arbitration in other similar cases, I will be removing Schwab from the First Amendment complaint out of respect for our brokerage agreement." And guys, it is some kind of deal, and time will tell, will this deal happen or not. And in my opinion, it is very interesting to see the result. So, let me quote you further. "Given this decision, which saves resources and effort on your part, I kindly request your cooperation in providing the following information for use in my case. Should there be any hesitation, you are welcome to await the formal filing of my First Amendment complaint with Schwab removed before responding." Here is the purpose. As a shareholder holding more than 20,000 shares of MMTLP and 800 shares of MMATQ, I am seeking a transparent and accurate accounting of these holdings. This includes a detailed review of related transaction histories, settlement records, and reconciliation efforts. I have serious concerns about unresolved discrepancies, particularly regarding the creation, trading, and current disposition of these shares. These issues remain unaddressed despite regulatory mandates and numerous shareholder inquiries, raising significant questions about transparency and compliance. Let me show you the next page. In the paragraph 3, he explains duties and responsibilities, and I have to admit that Schwab basically has a lot of documents because of which this information might be disclosed, and in my opinion it should be disclosed. So, here is the request for information. My primary concerns regarding MMTLP stem from the events leading up to the FINRA Symposium 3 trading halt on December the 9th and the subsequent deletion of the MMTLP ticker on December 13th. As a broker-dealer, Schwab holds an obligation to provide detailed records documenting the timeline of events, all trade activities, and the reconciliation of position under its custody. In addition, I request full accounting of my MMAT and MMATQ holdings, including all historical trade activity, current reconciliation status, and verification of my 800 MMATQ shares. I am further requesting a confirmation of Schwab's compliance with the regulation SHO Rule 204, which mandates broker-dealer to close out FTDs within the required regulatory timeframe. This inquiry specifically pertains to MMTLP, MMAT, and MMATQ trades, and I seek records that detail Schwab's actions to address synthetic shares, unresolved short positions, and other compliance obligations. I also request disclosure of any internal communications or notifications sent to regulatory bodies, including FINRA and the SEC, concerning these matters. Moreover, I seek access to any communications exchanged between Schwab and other relevant entities, such as FINRA, the SEC, the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, or American Stock Transfer and Trust Company, that pertain to MMTLP, MMAT, and MMATQ shares. This includes discussions or documentation related to the FINRA U3 halt, reconciliation of outstanding positions, or the management of internal QSIP placeholders used to track unresolved shares. Understanding the extent of Schwab's coordination with these entities is critical to evaluating its adherence to regulatory and fiduciary responsibilities. Finally, I request an explanation as to why placeholder QSIPs remain unresolved nearly 2 years after the MMTLP to NBH spin-off. These delays are inconsistent with regulatory obligations for timely reconciliation and settlement of shareholder position, and they raise significant questions about Schwab's oversight and operational diligence in fulfilling its fiduciary duties. Such clarification is necessary to restore confidence in the management and accuracy of my shareholder accounts. So, another part is duty of response, and again he explains why they have an obligation to respond to this letter. And here is the last part. Schwab's full compliance with this request is essential to ensure transparency and accountability in resolving these long-standing issues. By the way, guys, here is the typo of paragraph number 4. Daniel has two paragraphs under the number 4. Definitely it is just a typo, but you have to keep this in mind in order to not be confused with this data. So, here is the disclaimer. I expect a full and complete response to this request within 21 calendar days from the date of this letter. If you are unable to meet this deadline, please provide written justification for a delay along with the revised timeline for compliance. Failure to respond adequately will leave me with no alternative but to escalate this matter through appropriate regulatory channels or pursue further and separate legal remedies outside of my current complaint. So guys, we have a clear deadline that is set in the middle of January, and we have to keep this in mind. And definitely this information, if it is disclosed by Schwab, will help us to have more information that will definitely push us towards the resolution. But I have a lot of doubts that Schwab will give this information. That is why, guys, because of this disclaimer, Daniel stated that he will push his case further through appropriate regulatory channels and pursue further and separate legal remedies. And definitely, guys, I don't think that Daniel will surrender in this case. The people like Daniel are extremely focused on their main goal, and guys, believe me, this type of efforts will give us more information, will give us more details about this issue. And with his statute of limitations, we might see another set of lawsuits. And this means the battle is not over. So I think it is a very important update. And let me show you for now some comments from Scott. In regards to the same tweet that was published by Daniel, Scott responded, "The Space Queens and Bunions have endless meetings begging for some politician to get them money for their MMTLP shares. Some people are actually on the attack and are in court and are trying different things. This is an example. Maybe this is the prelude to getting around arbitration, I don't know. But at least people are trying, and finally it appears are not drinking the Space Queen's Kool-Aid anymore. Remember, McCabe has not agreed to books and records request signed by 8 investors, nor has he identified who the shorts were that he reported tried to buy shares after the halt. That would be pretty tough as these people probably don't exist. Like the oil numbers Clint Plant falsified and the S1 saying there were 3.7 billion barrels in Orogrande and he was spending his own money to drill, etc, etc. And guys, Scott is talking about the response of Greg McCabe to FINRA right after FINRA published their FAQ, where they stated that there was not significant short position on MMTLP on the date of spin-off. It was just, I guess, a couple of... I cannot remember the exact number, but this position was not more than just 6.5% of the total share float. At the same time, Greg in his letter, in his response, wrote that he has an information that some broker-dealers addressed him directly in order to buy back these shares. And right after that, he didn't disclose this information, and he hasn't even mentioned about this information anymore. And this is quite weird. So, let me quote further. And the flamethrower was obviously a WMD, a weapon of mass destruction, all head and no horse, designed to give off the illusion that Mr. Wells' notice was actually doing something. As has been pointed out before, the whole circus tent is collapsing on top of Burda and McCabe and their following LSD adult groupies. So, guys, definitely something big is coming, and I think no one can be hidden and nothing can be hidden from the justice. It is just a matter of time, and unfortunately time is not working for us, but with the people like Daniel, with his so-called super power of Toll Statute of Limitations, we have definitely some time on top of the 2 years that passed without any results, almost any results at all. So, and let me show you an update in regards to the lawsuit that was filed by Securities and Exchange Commission against John Burda et al. Here is the order that was published just several hours ago. And it is the order for several deadlines. So, court orders motions to dismiss by January 17th of the next year, plaintiff response by February 28th of 2025, and defendants replies by March 21st, 2025. And this means we have clear deadlines for these actions, and in my opinion it is extremely interesting to see the responses of defendants, and we will see it by the end of February. So, time will tell in which way this lawsuit might lead us, but definitely I think we have a lot of questions that should be answered from the former board of directors and former C-level executives of TRCH, MMAT and MMTLP. So, let me show you how other countries are trying to solve the problem of illegal naked shorting. Market News wrote this: Justin, Barclays and Citi have officially been fined for naked short selling. And here is the screenshot of the Bloomberg article that was published just several hours ago, and it says Korea fines Barclays Citi for naked short selling. Cho-san. And I have to admit that these fines are also not the biggest one, just $9.5 million and about 1/3 of this amount. But definitely, it is a clear evidence that South Korea is experiencing the same problems and they are trying to fight this issue. So, And why it is so important in our case? Guys, these companies, Barclays and Citi, are American-based companies. You can see it right here. A reminder, Citigroup is an American-based company. They are most likely doing illegal naked short selling here in the United States as well. And this is a pure speculation, but guys, it is very difficult to argue that this company, if it performs this type of actions outside the United States, why in the world they don't do it inside the US stock market? I think they might perform these actions, but everything should be investigated firstly, and we have to see the judge's decision in order to see these fines.
And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me, and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack.